Okay, good afternoon, class. Today we will cover the fifth step, that is post purchase behavior. These stages are critical to retain customers. In short, customers compare products with their expectations and either satisfied or dissatisfied with the current product or service. This can then greatly affect the decision process for a similar purchase from a company in future, mainly at the time of information search and evaluation of alternative stage. If customers are satisfied, this results in brand loyalty, and information search and evaluation of alternative stages are often fast tracked or skipped completely during the next purchase. As a result, brand loyalty is the ultimate aim for many of the companies. On the basis of either being satisfied or dissatisfied, a customer will spread either a positive feedback or a negative feedback about the product. At this stage, companies should carefully create positive post purchase communication to engage the customers. Following purchase and after experiences of the product and services, the consumers enter to the final stage, namely post purchase evaluation. The consumer's purchase and post purchase activities have the potential to provide important feedback to the marketers. Foxall suggested that post purchase evaluation provides the key feedback because it influences future purchase patterns and consumption activities. The post-purchase stage is where the consumer examines and compares product features such as price, functionality, and quality with their own expectations. Post-purchase evaluation can be viewed as steps taken by the consumers to correlate their expectations with the perceived value and thus influences the consumer's next purchase decisions for the goods or services. For example, if a consumer buys a new phone and his or her post purchase evaluation is positive, he or she will engage or encourage to purchase the same brand from the same company in future. This is also post purchase intention. On the contrary, if the customer is dissatisfied with the new phone, he or she may take action to resolve the dissatisfaction. Consumer action in this instant could involve requesting a refund, making a complaint, deciding not to purchase the same brand or from the same company in the future, or even spreading negative product reviews to friends and relatives, possibly through social media. After acquisition, consumption, or disposal, consumers may feel some uncertainty in regards with the decision made and generating some cases regret. Post-purchase dissonance, that is also known as cognitive dissonance, is the feeling of anxiety that occurs in the post-purchase stage, as well as uneasy feeling or concerns as to whether or not correct decisions were made at the time of purchase. Some of the consumers, for instance, may regret that they did not purchase the another one brand products they were considering. This type of anxiety may affect consumers' subsequent behavior and may have implication for repeat or customers' loyalty. Consumers use number of strategies to reduce post-purchase dissonance. A typical strategy is look to appear significant other validation for the purchase choices. Consumers have always been led by the opinion of friends and families, but nowadays this is also corroborated by the social media links, reviews, and testimonials. Marketing communications can also be used to remind customers or consumers that they made a wise choice by purchasing a particular brand X. When consumers make unfavorable comparison between the chosen option and options for given, they may feel post-purchase decision regret or guilt. The consumers can also feel short-term regret when they avoiding making a purchase decision. However, this regret can be dissipate over time. Through their experiences, consumers can learn and also engage in the process that's called as hypothesis testing. Once again, we will see few points. So first step is problem recognition. I will just go to that slide. Yes, first step is need recognition. Recognize what the product need and identify the product or type of product is required. Example, consumers need to travel daily from a home to his office or vice versa. Then information search. Here consumer researches the product that would satisfy the recognized need. Example can be taken like need for traveling could be satisfied by public transport, that is local train or bus, or private vehicle, that is two-wheeler or four-wheeler. In evaluation of alternatives, the consumers evaluate the search alternatives. Generally, the information search reveals multiple products for the customers and evaluate and understand which product would be appropriate. So medium budget car can fulfill the requirement, plus it will be more comfortable. That can be a decision by consumer instead of going for the public transport. Then purchase decision. After the consumers are evaluated all the options and would be having the intention to buy the product, there could be now only two things which might just change the decision of the consumers for buying the products. That is, what the other peers of the consumers think of the product and any unforeseen circumstances. Now here we can take example. After visit to a nearby showroom, salesman convinced by telling all the features of the car, facility of a car loan is also made feasible purchase. So such type of easy installation, easy installments and loan facilities or credit card facilities etc. for a higher end product will make a difference in purchase decision. Now next is post purchase behavior. After the purchase, consumer may experience the post purchase dissonance feeling by buying the another product would have been better. Addressing post purchase dissonance spreads good word for the product and increases the chance of frequent purchase. Here, in the same example, we can say that various car accessories purchased along with the car, like music system, etc., and insurance is also included at the post-purchase behavior. Plus, if the customer is satisfied with the brand, then he may suggest that product to other friends, etc. So, up till now, we have seen five steps buying decision process. Now, we will move to the last part of the unit, that is moment of truth. Every business knows that in order to thrive, it needs to differentiate itself in the mind of the consumers. Price has proved inadequate since there is a limit to how much a firm can cut back on its margin. Product differentiation is also no longer enough to attract or retain customers. Since technological advances has resulted into product becoming almost identical with very few tangible differences from other in the same category. Consequently, marketers have realized the importance of service differentiation as a sustainable strategy for competing for a portion of consumers' wallet. Moment of truth, that is MOT in marketing, is the moment when a customer or user interacts with the brand, products, or services to form or change an impression about that particular brand or product or service. In 2005, A. G. Lafley, who was the chairman, president, and CEO of Procter and Gamble, that is P&G, coined two moment of truth. A third was introduced later. A moment of truth is usually defined as an instance wherein the customer and the organization come into contact with each other in a manner that gives the customer an opportunity to either form or a change in impression about the firm. So during this interaction, it is essential for marketers to attract or make an impression in consumers' mind. Such an interaction could occur through the product of the firm, its servicing offering, or the combination of product and servicing both. Various instances could constitute a moment of truth, such as greeting the customers, handling customers' queries and complaints, promoting a special offers, or giving discounts and closing the interactions. Now, what is importance of MOT? In today's increasing service-driven markets, and with the multiple service providers giving similar type of products and services in a competitive world, for every type of product and services, moments of truth have become an important fact of customer interaction that marketers need to keep in their mind. They are critical as they determine the consumer's perception of and reaction to a particular brand. Moment of truth can make or break an organization's relationship with the existing customers or future customers. There is no there is more so in case of service providers, since they are selling intangible things by creating customers expectations. Services are more differentiated in the minds of the customers by promise of what is to come. Managing these experiences constitutes a critical component of creating favorable moment of truth, which is in turn critical for the business success. Now we will see the important part that is in your syllabus, that is ZMOT. ZMOT, that is zero moment of truth. Up till now we have seen what do we understand by MOT, that is moment of truth. So ZMOT, zero moment of truth, is term coined by Google in 2011. It refers to the research which is conducted online about a product and services before taking any action. That is, searching for mobile reviews before making a purchase. The internet had changed altogether the way consumers are interacting with brands, products, or services. This online decision making movement is termed as ZMOT. Nowadays, I think all of the students also witnesses the same thing, ZMOT. According to a research conducted by Google, 80% of the US customers are researching online before actually buying or purchasing a particular product. Similarly, there are various terms like FMOT, that is first moment of truth, SMOT, that is second moment of truth, TMOT, that is third moment of truth, and AMOT, that is actual moment of truth. Now this FMOT, SMOT, TMOT, and AMOT, that is not there in your syllabus, but still we will have a look on this. What is FMOT? That is first moment of truth. When a customer is first confronted with the product taking place either online or offline, it occurs within the first 5 to 7 seconds of a customer's encountering with the product or services, and it is during the time that marketers have capability of turning the browser into a buyer. P&G describes the first moment of truth as the moment a customer chooses a product over the other competitors' offerings. So these first 3 to 7 seconds are important for marketers to attract customers. Now, what is SMOT? Second moment of truth. When a customer or consumer purchases a product and experiences its quality as per the promise of the brand. So whatever the brand or the product or services are saying before purchasing, or through their promotional activities, or through their brand, through their advertisement, etc., Then the customer checks that quality or expectations are checked. There can be multiple second moment of truth for every time the product is consumed or used, providing the consumers with information for future purchases and for sharing their experiences with products and services. TMOT, that is third moment of truth, consumers feedback or reaction towards a particular brand, product or services. That is, consumer becomes brand advocate and gives back via word of mouth or social media purchasing. Then actual moment of truth is, it was identified by Amit Sharma, founder and CEO of Narvar, to describe the new post-purchase experience gap created by the advance of online shopping after consumers has made a purchase but before they have received the product, that is actual moment of truth. Now in detail we will see what do we understand by ZMOT in more depth. Now the zero moment of truth, as I already said, that it was coined by Google in 2011, fully emerged in the middle 200s when the mobile device adoption rates skyrocket and social media networks took off and unbiased third-party review sites took center stage, with the ZMOT falling directly between the initial stimulus and the first moment of truth, that is purchase. Interested consumers now have unlimited resources at their fingertips of for research, fact checks, price comparisons, and various testimonials. The majority of resources consumers tap to inform purchase decisions fall outside the direct control of the businesses that would traditionally conduct advertisement campaign for product in question. The ZMOT represents the first time in the formally business driven advertisement machines that consumers have owned a piece of the purchase path. And make no mistakes, consumers reveal their new role. Google's initial research show that average consuming consumers utilizing 10.4 sources of information between seeing an ad and purchasing of a product. By 2015, the number has climbed up to average 22 resources or sources, with up to 40 plus sources reported in industries such as travel and hospitalities. So depending on the choice of the telecom, the choice of the sector that they want to purchase, this number of resources or sources can be increased by the consumers. The ZMOT refers to the point in the buying cycle when the consumer researches a product often before the seller even know that they exist. The number of consumers researching a product online prior to purchase has been now rise in recent years as the internet and mobile continue to advance. Marketers have traditionally focused on three steps in the buying process, but with the advent of the web, the fourth stage has emerged as a significant influence on the buying process. The first step, known as stimulus, the potential customers are promoted to seek out a product, usually by advertisement. They then head to the shelf, whether physical or virtual, to purchase the product that looks best. The third step is called as first moment of truth. Finally, the third step, the customer experiences the product, fulfilling the second moment of truth. Now we will see what is the next step in buying the process of ZMOT. Like many other things at the digital age, the internet had changed this model of the way consumers shop. In recent years, the fourth step has also come out to the woodwork, that is ZMOT. With the easy access to the merit of the products, most consumers now conduct preliminary research before purchasing anything. A study funded by Google showed that majority of the consumers head to the web to make an informed decision when it's time to buy, whether they want a new car or just a new book. In addition to looking at a specific models of the product they are interested in, people conduct more general research, asking questions on the social media or internet, such as what features are important or useful about this product, how does a specific product compares to similar ones, what are the other people are saying about the product, which is the cheapest place to purchase the product the customer wants. So these are typical questions about features, then similar type of products, so evaluation of alternatives, then the people's opinion about the product, and the cheapest place where they can do actual purchasing. This research process is referred to ZMOT and not GMOT. Content marketing needed. Jay Baer calls this self-serve information since prospects seek and use it on their own. Among the options are blog post answering the customer's questions, YouTube videos showing how to use the product or the various features about the product, utilization and where to get that. So these can be influenced by the YouTubers. Then Pinterest and Instagram images for promoting the products and services, and SlideShare presentations are also there. What is social media engagement? While it's difficult to project when a specific prospect is at moment of truth, leverage the power of your social media presence across venues to provide product information and answer the questions that are there in consumers mind. So this is all about the unit number 4, that is consumer behavior. So thank you.